Jennifer Dunphy here today with Tino Mantella, the president of TAG, also known as the Technology Association of Georgia. And today we're going to learn a little bit about TAG and all of their goals and a little bit about what's going on in the organization. So Tino, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about TAG? You guys have gone through some extreme growth over the past few years. Tell me how you guys have accomplished that and a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, it's been fun watching the growth. You know, we're fortunate in this economy to be in an industry that does have a uptick in growth. So, you know, that's a real positive. The organization's been around since 1998. When I arrived in 2004, there were 1,400 members, and we're just touching on the 15,000 member mark now. So it's been terrific, and one of the drivers of that is our special interest groups, which we call societies. So
yeah, you guys have a ton of societies. How many do you guys have now?
We now have 30 societies.
Wow.
So each one falls into either people, function, or industry, and they drive traffic. So when you take all their meetings and you add them together, they have about 200 meetings a year. And
that's a lot to keep up with.
And you've been to some of them, so you know there's panels
and
speakers, and some are summits and symposiums. We even have a certification program. So all in all, it's a great place for people to come in and connect, exchange knowledge, provide leadership, and that's a really driving force for the organization. It's helped us to grow. But there's a lot more than that going on.
I mean, that's tremendous growth. You guys have all these different societies with so many different angles and so many different areas of focus. Where does somebody start with all these different societies? Where do they start? What do they choose as their first one to visit?
Well, you know, I think they have to decide. A lot of times we say be broken field runners, you know, decide on where you want to go, because they're all open to you once you join, or even if you want to come in and test, you can sign up for a very reasonable amount of money. So oftentimes people think that it's only for technology or technologists, because we do have 250,000 technologists in the state. But as you know, it's much more than that. So some of our societies like HR and recruiting, social business, of course, and a number of them provide input and feedback and places for people to go where they can really learn and connect in, whether they want to buy or sell or just make a connection. So our advice is always go to a TAG orientation or go to our tagonline.org site or our tagthink.com site. And really figure it out, and we'll help them figure it out. We have a great staff, and so try them out, and then usually people will pick one or two that they want to go to, but we have some that go to many of the meetings, and they just figure out what the topic is, and then they make a decision based on that.
I think you bring up a really good point there, that it's not just all technology. You don't have to be in technology to attend the TAG events. However, it's great if you are. There's a lot of opportunities. Right. What would you say is the main reason for people attending the events?
Well, it always historically it's been networking. So they want to have a place to connect in, and in an era where people can do a lot on their mobile devices, there's still, I'm sure you agree, an important component of face-to-face and communication, and so we provide that outlet. Of course, we have other things like webinars and programs, but that's a great place to connect. The second reason they give, and it's actually kind of balancing out with the first reason now, is just learning. We have people that say, you know, I'm much smarter about technology since I joined TAG, and I think there's a lot of truth to that. If they get involved and are active, then they're going to pick up a lot of information that they could use, whether they're going in to make a sale at a business or whether they're a technologist and just need to know more about the field. So those are the primary reasons that people have joined TAG historically. But we have as the organization has evolved, we're spending more time on the economic development side. So some companies are getting involved now because of our legislative agenda, and they look to TAG to be, as a trade association, to be their representative at the Capitol. And since we would be more of an unbiased source than a company coming in and lobbying for something directly, which they do, if it's under the TAG banner, then there's actually an opportunity to connect in with us, and we represent the community, the technology community.
Well, that's great. You guys are really just helping out everybody in the community, and that's it's something that I want to talk a little bit more about on our next segment, and I just really wanted to thank you for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me. This is terrific, and we appreciate the relationship we have with Vayu Media.
I know, I've been enjoying it as well. Thanks.
Thank you.